All right, so I've been meaning to make this video, but the NBA playoffs have been absolutely crazy, and I've been trying to stay on top of the madness. But today I wanted to chime in on the Toronto Raptors draft and some trade rumors that have come up. As we know, it's going to be a very interesting offseason for the Raptors, and I will definitely have more Raptors content once the NBA playoffs are over with. So what do we know as of now? The Raptors didn't pull off a miracle, and they didn't get the number one pick in Victor Wembanyama. They will have the number 13th pick in the NBA draft. However, could they move up and have a higher pick in the draft via trade? It was said by Chris Haynes that the Blazers intend to trade their number 3 overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft to try and build a championship team around Damian Lillard. And then I made this take on Twitter that got some mixed reactions. I said, this is the Raptors' chance to do something big. Go all in on trying to trade Siakam for that 3rd pick. Raptors get Scoot Henderson to pair with Scotty Barnes for the future. Guys, real quick, before we continue on here, if you could do me a solid favor, drop a like on the video. It does help it a ton. And please subscribe to the channel for more Raptors and NBA content. Like I said, once we get into the offseason, I'll definitely have a lot more Raptors content on this channel. So you look at Scoot Henderson, he has been projected to go 3rd, and he's exactly what the Raptors need. Scoot fits the mold of a point guard with excellent top-tier athleticism, has a high feel for the game, and is solid defensively. You're not going to see a lot of 6'2", 6'3" guards built like Scoot Henderson. This guy looks like a linebacker. Scoot averaged 18, 5, and 7 on 45, 33, and 75 splits. Now, I know people have speculated the Raptors parting ways with OG instead of Siakam because it's been said that the Blazers could package the 3rd pick with Simons for an elite small forward. But for as much as I'm a big fan of OG and his game, let's be real here. The Blazers aren't trading Simons and the 3rd pick plus filler for OG Anunoby. If the Blazers were going to trade this 3rd pick, which could end up being a generational talent, and Simons, it would have to be for a proven all-star and an all-NBA guy in Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam with Damian Lillard would be a lot more intriguing to Portland than Damian Lillard with OG Anunoby. And that duo of Lillard and Siakam would actually be a very compelling one. The only way I see a trade between the Blazers and Raptors go down is if the Blazers trade Simons and the 3rd pick plus filler for Siakam. So a deal that works is Siakam for Simons, Little, and a 2023 first round pick. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, how could you trade Pascal Siakam? He was the Raptors' best player last season. If Siakam makes All-NBA next season, he would be eligible for a Supermax contract. And I don't think it would be wise for the Raptors to give him that money, especially when he hasn't shown that he can be a number 1 guy. Pascal Siakam absolutely is a number 2 guy, but he hasn't quite shown that he can be a number 1 guy like some of the guys we've seen in these playoffs, like a Jimmy Butler, a Jokic, a Jason Tatum, etc. And the Raptors certainly don't want to lose Siakam for nothing, as he will be a 2024 free agent. So if you can get a nice haul for Siakam now, why not cash in? And I think this is a great opportunity for the Raptors to finally rebuild properly. You look at their current situation, the Raptors just fired Nick Nurse and will be bringing in a fresh new coach. This core has seemed to hit its ceiling, missing the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years, and they lost in the first round last year. Not to mention, the morale with this team was at an all-time low this past season. Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., and Jakob Poeltl are all going to be unrestricted free agents. And teams will probably be making calls for OG Anunoby. And this team seems directionless. You have a potential budding star in Scotty Barnes, who you should be prioritizing more, and the 13th pick in this draft, where you'll likely get a very good young guard as well. And for people saying the Raptors should just run it back because the East is bad, let's not discredit what the Miami Heat have done, okay? The Heat are an 8 seed, but this same team was a 1 seed last year, and they were a shot away from making the NBA Finals. And you know the Bucks are going to bounce back, and the Celtics and the Sixers. still should be in good shape to compete at a high level. And I promise you guys, if the Raptors got into the playoffs, they wouldn't have beaten the Bucks or the Celtics. I mean, for people thinking the Raptors could have went on a Miami Heat type run, sorry to ruin your parade. It just wouldn't have happened. So obviously my stance hasn't changed. The Raptors still need a major shift, and they should use this draft as an opportunity to jumpstart it. If you get the 3rd pick, you'll have a chance to get Scoot Henderson. You'll also have the 13th pick, and of course, you'll still have Scottie Barnes, who will be entering his 3rd season. And we've seen some pretty significant jumps from some big-time players in year 3. So hopefully Scottie Barnes can follow suit on that. Now, the likelihood of the Raptors trading Siakam for the 3rd pick in Simons is probably very slim, but we'll see how this plays out. Expect a lot more rumors as we get closer to draft day and once the season is over. And ultimately, I do believe the Blazers will get aggressive and they will try to trade their pick because they still stubbornly want to win now. And trust me, the Raptors don't want to be like the Blazers in that regard. So regardless of what happens, though, the Raptors will have that 13th pick and they can take a solid guard with that pick. A guy like Wallace from Kentucky, 6'4", he's been said to be a potential pick for the Raptors, as Wallace was a one and done for Kentucky, had a solid year after joining as a 5-star recruit. He was ranked as the 10th best recruit by 24/7 Sports in the 21st on ESPN's Top 100. Another guy expected to maybe be there is Nick Smith Jr. from Arkansas. He's a 6'5" guard, and Nick Smith Jr. came into this college season as a clear-cut 5-star prospect. And then another guy who the Raptors could decide to ultimately take is Keontae George from Baylor. I really like George. He finished his freshman season averaging 15.3 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game. So there's obviously some other prospects the Raptors could decide to take, but these are just some names I wanted to throw out now. I'll go more in detail about the Raptors' potential 13th pick later on, but in this one, I just wanted to talk about the trade rumors that have been happening. What do you guys think? Would you be down for the Raptors trading Siakam for the 3rd pick in Simons, or are you not a fan of that? Do you want to see the Raptors embrace a rebuild, or do you want to see the Raptors run it back? Let me know your thoughts down below, guys, but for the most part, yeah, my stance on the Raptors hasn't changed. I think this is a perfect opportunity for them to embrace some serious change and for them to pick a new direction. And if that direction is building around Scottie Barnes and rebuilding, I would not be opposed to that. And remember, the Raptors still got to find their head coach. We've heard names like JJ Redick, Steve Nash the other day. And yeah, the Raptors still got to find their coach. There's obviously a lot of decisions that need to be made this offseason. So this is an ideal time for the Raptors to do something big and really change the trajectory of this team. So we will see what happens. But guys, yeah, again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel for more Raptors and NBA content. As always, guys, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you for the Raptors fans that have bared with me. As you guys know, I've been doing a lot more NBA coverage this season, so I've just been glued to the NBA playoffs as we've seen some pretty crazy stories unfolding in the NBA playoffs. So if you want to check out some of my other NBA coverage, NBA stories, you can do so by taking a look at some previous videos on this channel. All right, guys, that is it for me. As always, thank you so much for watching. This is Lucas signing off. I will catch you all again in the next video.